Hello guys and gals, and welcome to another episode of Unique Items. Today we have a very interesting topic, and that is unique special items, charms, rainbow facets, interesting things that aren't necessarily on the, the same lists as everything else. Let's start with the Annihilus charm. The Annihilus charm is level 70 requirement. It has +1 to all skills, 20 to all attributes, all resistances 20, and 10% to your experience gain. Now this one does vary by quite a bit, which is usually why people are farming it. So it varies from 10 to 20 on the attributes. It varies from 10 to 20 on the all resistances, and it varies from 5 to 10% on the experience gained. Something that you've got to keep with you to gain the effect. So very interesting there. Now this particular charm, I believe, only spawns on Battle.net servers. So if you want to get this, I think you have to get that patch that allows your single player games to drop Annihilus charms. I'm pretty sure, anyway. Next on the list is the Hellfire Torch. The Hellfire Torch has 5% chance to cast level 10 Firestorm on striking. It has 3 random character class skills, so it can be anything. +10 to 20 to all attributes, varies. +10 to 20 all resistances, +8 to light radius, and level 30 Hydra charges, 10 of them. So very interesting, and you have to keep that with you. Now, as you can see here, you can have +3 to Barbarian, you can have +3 to Sork, you can have +3 to Paladin, +3 to Necromancer, +3 to Druid, +3 to Assassin, and +3 to Amazon. So if you farm torches, there is a very large variation here. Not only can you get a huge variation in which particular character the skills are going to be for, it's also going to be a huge variation in the resists, the all attributes. So, you're probably not going to get the exact charm that you want on your first try. This one also only spawns on Battle.net servers. So, very interesting there. Next on the list is the Gheed's Fortune Grand Charm. The Gheed's Fortune Grand Charm is a very interesting one because it has Magic Find on it. Has 80 to 160% in extra gold from monsters. It has 10 to 15% reduction in vendor prices and 20 to 40% Magic Find. So you can definitely find a imperfect Gheed's charm here. It's not something that you're going to find perfect of every single time. If you do happen to find a 160-40-15, I think you got something really valuable there. And next on the list is the facets. So we're going to take a look at these facets together. There are quite a few different ones, and there's basically 2 different forms. So we've got the rainbow facet, which is upon dying, and then we've got the rainbow facet, which is upon leveling up. And we have 2 different forms of each one. So we have a fire form, and we have a lightning form, and a cold form. All right. So here you see I have the poison right here. This is when you die, and this is when you level up. This is the lightning when you die and when you level up. Then we have the cold when you die and when you level up, and then this is the fire. This down here. All right, so the fire when you die is 100% chance to cast level 31 meteor when you die, adds 17 to 45 fire damage, -5% to enemies' fire resistance, and +5% to fire skill damage. So very interesting there. The one when you die is 100% chance to cast level 29 blaze when you level up, adds 17 to 45 fire damage, -5% to enemy fire resistance, and +5% fire skill damage. Now the variation on these is 3 to 5% on the enemy fire resistance, 3 to 5% on the fire skill damage, and everything else is static. So that's quite interesting there. The only difference, as you can see, between these two is that one is level 31 meteor when you die, and the other one is level 29 blaze when you level up. So very interesting. Next is the cold, which is here. The cold is 100% chance to cast level 37 blizzard when you die. And then the 100% chance to cast level 43 Frost Nova when you level up. So very interesting there. Now, level 33 through 43 Frost Nova when you level up, that actually might kill some stuff. Level 37 Blizzard when you die, not really so sure about that one. We'll talk about the death ones later. And, of course, same variations, the 3 to 5 on the cold skill and 3 to 5 on the enemy cold resistance. Alright. Next on the list is the lightning. So we get 100% chance to cast level 47 chain lightning when you die. And a 100% chance to cast level 41 Nova when you level up. So very interesting there. Same variation on the lightning and the lightning skill damage. And then last on the list is the Rainbow Facets for Poison. That is the 100% chance to cast level 51 Poison Nova when you die. And then 100% chance to cast level 23 Venom when you level up. Now that actually might be useful, because that's a coating for your weapons, which makes you do poison damage. And Venom lasts for quite a while at level 23, I'm pretty sure. Alright, so when you level up facets, those actually could be useful, like sometimes maybe when you're leveling up your character. So let's put those to the side. However, when you die facets, what are you going to use these for? One person, as I was talking with, we had this idea. It was shared mutual destruction is what he called it. And shared mutual destruction for PvP. So essentially you go into PvP, you have these gems in your gear, or these jewels, sorry. And when you die in PvP, there's a very good chance you could take your enemy with you. And somebody was actually talking. I was actually thinking about hardcore, and I'm like, well, you know, if you did it in hardcore, there's a very good chance you could take your enemy with you, and you know, if you happen to lose the duel, and it would just be a really scummy way to make sure that both of you died, which I thought was really interesting, very, very interesting indeed. Not really quite sure what you would actually use these for, like either of them, to be honest. I mean, I guess if you were leveling up a character and you wanted to make some level up gear, it could be interesting to throw these in the level up gear. And then you could just kind of have that level up gear sitting on a mule somewhere, and every time you get to level 49, just throw them on your, you know, like maybe a 4-socketed armor or something. And you just throw these on your character and just let them run around being silly. Every time they level up, they get a huge, like, mega rainbow attack. I don't know. I really don't know. And then lastly, let's talk about something else. All right, so what we're going to talk about next is something that I kind of skipped over because I was just showing you the items. First, we're going to talk about the Annihilus Charm. So the Annihilus Charm only drops from Uber Diablo on Battle.net. It cannot be found in single player, LAN, or any other mode that is not the official Battle.net realms. And you can only have one in your inventory at any particular time. Uber Diablo is a monster that only spawns in Hell difficulty ladder games on Battle.net when a certain number of Stone Ring of Jordans are sold to merchants. A notification is displayed on screen whenever a Stone Ring of Jordan is sold, indicating the number that have been sold. Once a certain number of these rings are sold, the whole screen shakes and the words Diablo walks the earth appears on the screen. The message means that Uber Diablo has spawned. He will spawn at the first super unique monster you encounter, so you can basically choose the location to fight Uber Diablo by selecting which super unique you want him to replace. He is similar in appearance to Hell Diablo and is a formidable challenge. When killed, Uber Diablo drops the only small charm in the game, the Annihilus Charm. It is recommended to have high lightning and fire resistance and physical damage reduction before taking on Uber Diablo. Alright, so very interesting there that you have to do something special to get this charm. If you've never seen one before, that's probably why you've never seen one before. If you never played on ladder and you never killed Uber Diablo. Next is the Hellfire Charms. So the Hellfire Charms are also special. The Hellfire Torches only drop from the Pandemonium event on Battle.net Realms, so it cannot be found in single-player, LAN, or any other play mode that is not the official Battle.net Realms. And as I talked about previously with both of these, there are mods which actually simulate Battle.net events for single-player. You can only have one of these in your inventory at any given time. The Firestorm attack on this item is Diablo's unique Firestorm attack, not the Druid skill with the same name. So the Pandemonium event is a Battle.net only event introduced with patch 1.11 of Diablo II Lord of Destruction that is entirely optional but still fun to complete and famous for being the only source of the unique large charm, the Hellfire Torch. Unlike the other Battle.net only quest, the Uber Diablo, the Pandemonium event is quite a bit more complex and has more fights with some very super special uniques specially created for the quest. Considering that the Pandemonium event is the Battle.net only quest and is not available in single-player or even open Battle.net games, it cannot be said to be part of the official lore. It is said that it was created only to give high-level characters something to do. The keys and the organs. The initiation of this quest involves the collection of 3 separate organs that will open the portal to Chaos Tristram. When transmuted in the Heraldric Cube, these organs in turn each require the collection of 3 keys to open a portal which itself contains 1 organ. 9 total keys, 3 of each type, are thus minimum required to access Chaos Tristram. The keys. The keys are required to open 3 portals that will help you collect the organs. There are 3 different keys, and to open any one of the minor portals, a complete set of 3 keys are required. This means that the player will have to collect, in all, 3 keys of each type, which totals to 9 keys. To get the keys, the player has to kill one of the agents of the prime evils on the mortal plane. They are the Summoner Mephisto, the Countess, Diablo, Nihilak, Baal. It's basically telling you what keys they go to. They need to be killed all in Hell difficulty, in which they have a chance to drop the keys of Hate, Terror, and Destruction, respectively, along with their normal drop. The dropping of keys is quite rare, sometimes dropping only 1 in 10 to 15 runs. You can still run any one of them and continue to collect only one type of key. It is advisable to only run them for only 3 keys that are required for the quest completion. The organs. Once you have a complete set of 3 different keys, head to Act 5 Heragoth, put them in the Heraldric Cube, and then transmute them in a way it is very similar to the secret Qlvl. You will create a portal, teleporting you to a place where you would have to fight one of either. Uber Duriel in the Forgotten Sands, Uber Iswal in the Furnace of Pain, or Lilith in the Matron's Den. They will give you, when defeated, Baal's Eye, Mephisto's Brain, and Diablo's Horn, respectively. The organs that will help you create the portal to Chaos Tristram. It is highly recommended that you collect all 9 required keys and open all 3 portals within the same game. If they are opened in separate games, there is a chance that the same portal is opened, leading to a waste of 3 different keys. Of course, the organs are still valuable, leaving them open to be traded for others. Uber Tristram. Once you have all 3 organs, you can go back to Heragoth again and put them in the Heraldric Cube and transmute them. You will create the portal to Uber Tristram. Uber Tristram has the same basic structure as regular Tristram, but has a pack load of hellish monsters, like the rare and powerful Balrogs. There are also a variety of unique monsters, champions, and their minions, along with the masters of the pack, the Uber Prime Evils themselves. The main objective when the player reaches Uber Tristram is to find and defeat Uber Mephisto, Uber Baal, and Pandemonium Diablo, because of course Uber Diablo already exists. Uber Mephisto has a level 20 conviction aura, which causes negative 125% to all your resistances, and summons skeleton mages and archers everywhere, which can be challenging. Pandemonium Diablo is a tank for Baal, meaning he takes the damage for him. He has tons of life and summons pit lords, which are immune to everything but physical damage. Uber Baal is mostly the same as Hell Mode Baal. He has a little more life and summons ghoul lords and ghosts, which are both physically immune. Once you kill them, the last boss to die will give you a Hellfire Torch, a large charm that gives +3 to a certain class of skills and random resistances and attributes, and the yet unusable Standard of Heroes. The Standard of Heroes is a symbol that shows that you have completed this quest successfully, and unfortunately for the trouble to obtain it, does nothing else for the moment. So very interesting there. The Annihilus charm and the Hellfire torches both have very interesting ways to find them. Not your everyday, average, ordinary items there. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this episode of Unique Items. This one was a little bit of a short one because of the limited number of special uniques, but nonetheless interesting to look at. And if you've never seen the Hellfire Torches or the Annihilus Charm, perhaps you should go online on Battle.net and have some fun farming keys. Anyway, until next time.
He's a little booty. He's a little booty, like, that's a cute little booty.